Hey, what's up everybody? Real quick before we get this video started, this is absolutely hysterical. Jesus Horatio facefucker. Yeah, I didn't close my game properly. I had a crash while I was filming this one. Hopefully everything, when I splice everything together, it doesn't look all choppy, but right where the crash happened, I'm going to try and splice everything together, and hopefully it'll make sense and won't be too glaring. I'm just letting you know if you see something weird once we actually get into the broadcast, because that's where it happened. There will be maybe a small hiccup or something. Hopefully I can do it well. So, just letting you know. Thanks for watching, guys. Let's get into it. You wake up still partly in shock from what you saw on the news last night. What you had to edit on the news last night. When you come downstairs, you find your family sat in the living room waiting for you. You take a seat on the sofa next to Sam. Sam swallows, hesitating before starting. We were so worried about you last night. After Jeremy with the gun, Sam chokes down with a sob. It was awful on national television. How could he do that? And now, well, I mean, I should have cut away, but I let it go. After a horrible pause, Sam finally asks, "Are you okay, honey?" Yeah, I can't believe he's gone. I liked him. He was the best person. Sam glances at Charlie, then back at you. We saw that you chose to play that tape. They paused before continuing, and I couldn't help but wonder why. It was the right thing to do. What? That's not good enough. Disrupt our bad people. I can't believe you did that. Charlie's outburst seems to come out of nowhere, and no one in the room is prepared for it. Do you even think about how this stuff affects people? You're a fucking idiot. Sam tries to interject Charlie, but he's already slammed the door. Charlie always was a bit black and white about this sort of thing. For what it's worth, Alex, I think you were in an impossible situation, and somehow you managed to make the right call. Sam throws their arms around you. Only you were stuck in that studio having to make that choice. No one can criticize what you did, and I'm proud of you. You've never been so grateful to have Sam support you. You take a deep breath and gather your thoughts. It's all a lot to take in. You're not sure you've fully processed, Jesus Christ, I can't read, what happened last night, let alone what Charlie and Sam think about it all. You sigh and absent-mindedly turn on the TV. It's nice you've at least got some company. The TV is playing through some old Western show, but it's not quite as distracting as you'd hoped. You were never going to please everyone. A holiday update. Just as you're finishing up breakfast, Sam comes in with the post. Oh, we got a postcard from Susie. I hope she's having fun on her trip. Sam reads it aloud as you finish getting ready for work. So, I've seen what feels like most of Urkistan. Really cool place, but so cold. Hope Chippy enjoyed the gift. And before you say anything, yes, you were right to make me pack the extra pair of socks. Sam gives you a small kick under the table. Next, we got the train to Konislava, much warmer and loads of benches to enjoy. I could have stayed there forever, but had to head to San Palmerino before it got too cold, and I'm glad to say we did. We've probably got one or two more stops before heading home, but I'll be back in time for Christmas, I promise. Hope everyone's doing well. Love, Susie XXX. Sound like it's been a hell of a trip, worth every penny. Love that little song. I know I keep saying it, but it's awesome. Day 371, the 20-week war.
Hope all's well with the family. Just a heads up, we're expecting those troublemakers at Disrupt to attempt to hack the channel during the broadcast. So keep an eye on the interference screen and stay out of the orange. Let's keep the news on the air. It's important, now more than ever.
Alrighty then.
Where you turn politicians into humans. Just don't get drawn into talking about the war, politics in general.
They do know this is the news, don't they?
You didn't hear this from me.
It's over to Patrick Bannon for all the day's sports board highlights, including all the tabletop action.
Apparently, there's a crew at Team HQ right now.
The
I'm just giving a speech or something tonight. They'll get
At
on the
9,
labels.
it's our nightly
Oh, great. So they get the
report from
brains and we
late
get the
news
performing
team,
monkey.
Followed at 9:25 by our unsettling play,
Sometimes you sound just like
Went
them, you know.
Abroad, which tells the cautionary tale
How
of
are
one
you?
brave young lady's battles to survive the cruel administrations of our neighbours.
It
At
is what it is.
11:25, it's Incisors.
It
And
is what it
tonight, Dr. Adrian Atkinson Blimey will be
missing
getting his teeth
Hey, you can say this. The man got ratings.
10 seconds,
Steve
everybody.
Twist on the Humble Biscuit.
does.
And that takes us, after the weather and public information
Going in
film,
5,
into our close down.
4.
But first
3.
tonight, it's time to join Megan and the team for the National Nightly
Good
News.
evening. This is the National Nightly News. I'm Megan Wolf. It's the 100.
Oh, shit. My bad. I got distracted. It's just not the same without Jeremy. Alright, now let's remember to turn all the shit on properly.
Bozeman here. Hope all's well with the family. Just a heads up, we're expecting those troublemakers at Disrupt to attempt to hack the channel during the broadcast. So keep an eye on the interference screen and stay out of the orange. Let's keep the news on the air. It's important, now more than ever.
So, Julia's team have asked me to ask you to keep it light.
Well, what does that mean?
Meant to do that thing you do where you turn politicians into humans. Just don't get drawn into talking about the war, politics in general.
They do know this is the news, don't they?
At
You didn't hear this from
8:30
me,
it's over
but-
to Patrick Bannon for all the day's sports board highlights, including all the tabletop action. from the
Apparently,
semi-finals
there's a crew at
for
Team
our
HQ
amateur
right now.
sports board, the
I'm just giving a
Sports
speech or
Board
something
Sports
tonight.
Board
They'll get
At
on the
9,
labels.
it's our
Oh,
nightly
great. So they get the
report from
brains and we
late
get the
news
performing
team,
monkey.
Followed at 9:25 by our unsettling play,
Sometimes you sound just like
Went
them, you know.
Abroad, which tells the cautionary tale
How
of
are
one
you?
brave young lady's battles to survive the cruel administrations of our neighbours.
It
At
is what it is.
11:25, it's Incisors.
It
And
is what it
tonight, Dr. Adrian Atkinson Blimey will be
missing
getting his
Fiona.
teeth into Fiona from Hamble Bamblebury, who has
10
invented
seconds,
a tasty
everybody.
twist on the Humble Biscuit.
does.
And that takes us, after the weather and public information
Going in
film,
5,
into our close down.
4.
But first
3.
tonight, it's time to join Megan and the team for the National Nightly
Good
News.
evening. This is the National Nightly News. I'm Megan Wolf. It's the 140th day of war. Our main headlines tonight. Company of Heroes. Skirmishes on land and sea again today as our armed forces tested the mettle of the World Council's illegal blockade. Advance's strategy of multiple small-scale incursions into the disputed zone is certainly keeping the enemy on high alert.
I do dig that picture.
Where or when the next strike will come. Sadly, however, more casualties were reported today, and as the weeks and months of this war make ever more demands on our armed services, those numbers will tragically only continue to rise. Don't starve. Advance's food program moved from strength to strength today as rationing depots were opened in the last remaining unfed areas of the territory. The rationing depots have been constructed in record time, and the government's agricultural coordination strategy has seen shelves restocked with increasing regularity. However, with the reported rise in mental and physical health issues since the imposition of the blockade, critics have questioned whether those smaller communities which are only now starting to receive help could have been better and quicker served. 7 days to die. The recent decision to allow those with long-term health conditions to access transition centres has today been declared an overwhelming success.
Wait a minute, what?
Only to those in their final years, the expansion of the service has been met with relief by the many organisations calling for it to be opened up to the wider community.
Here you guys go. Here's a clinic to go kill yourself.
Pain,
I'm sorry, to Jeremy yourself.
transition centres have found themselves stretched to capacity. Populace. More than 11% of the population have thus far failed to register for a team membership card, a worrying statistic given that the cards are a legal requirement from midnight tonight. While applications are still open for those who like to run fashionably late, they can expect a few tricky questions from Advance. me up. Disrupt spokesman Alan James held an impromptu rally today in the northern city of Manklipur. Large crowds gathered to hear the band speaker prove Disrupt are still able to capture.
Okay, so it looks like the...
Community cohesion officers found...
Alright, looks like the game's not gonna... It's not an issue with the game or anything, it was just... I don't know, my computer crashed or something. Or, let me rephrase, game crashed, not my computer.
Absent friends. Sad news today as the grave of former National Nightly News host Jeremy Donaldson is vandalised by radical Disrupt activists. The much-loved broadcaster suffered a very tragic public breakdown 10 weeks ago in an incident which ultimately cost him his life. Disrupt spokesman Alan James, whose organisation last week named Mr Donaldson as the cause's first martyr, described the graffiti as a fitting tribute to a hero of the resistance.
This is supposed to take place in 85?
Enter its 21st week. I'll be chatting with Peter Clement live in an exclusive team talk from his home in Lancashire.
I still like the Resist logo. You know, the fist.
Later in the programme, I'm thrilled to say I'll be chatting with mega pop star Lil C, who's going to be treating us to a world premiere of her new single. And then after that...
Oh god, that means I'm gonna have to do that music shit again.
I promise you won't want to miss. But first tonight, let's check in with Prime Minister Peter Clement, who's coming to us through the...
There's a phone on his exercise bike?
...in Lancashire. Are you receiving me, Prime Minister?
Loud and clear, Miss Wolf. Loud and clear.
I like how he's a glass of milk.
Let's start with the obvious. What's that in your hand, Prime Minister?
Cheeky cow. But yeah, it's true. 75
No, I spoke today to the people of Manklipur.
I'm beginning to feel the
And
benefits.
apparently, after I
Certainly looks
left,
that way.
there was some violence in
Well, I made a promise to Mrs. Sean, as my old man used to say.
A promise is worth keeping. A promise is worth
Something like that, only with assholes.
So, I've heard from my sources that you and the illustrious Mrs. C plan to take your winter break somewhere a little different this year.
That's right. We're planning a walking holiday right here in the territories, which is different for us because, like you, Megan, I've always been a big fan of those warm...
Okay, so ignore the orange bar that
Okay, Prime Minister.
is going to,
Well, as you know, while the blockade has effectively restricted the flow of goods into the country, we and our neighbours...
that's going to be something from Resist.
Business leaders...
Or maybe I should go with that one, seeing that I've kind of leaned with them so far.
theoretically go to that gorgeous beach I just mentioned. It just doesn't smell much like team spirit to me. After all, as the old man used to say, when life gives you shite, make shite pie.
It works just as well with lemons and lemonade.
20 weeks ago, on the day international sanctions were imposed on the people of this country for the outrageous actions of their leaders, we are told a war began.
Some of that disrupt
But
propaganda
10
out.
weeks ago,
Try not to do that,
on the
Alex.
night the
We're
blockade
watching
came
you.
into effect, another
Yeah,
war
bring it on.
when Jeremy Donaldson lost his life trying to get our message out to you. A war on truth was declared by Advance. And Jeremy Donaldson was the first victim of that war. And so, by marking his grave, we claim Jeremy Donaldson first martyr. And I fear, very sadly, that he may not be the last. But do not let one war distract you from another. Jeremy wouldn't have.
And let's face it, there are still plenty of people in this country who could afford to lose a little bit of weight.
What are you implying? No, but seriously, Prime Minister, we know you're very busy, but one final question, if I may.
Oh, well, go on then.
When you get home from a long day, your head full of the territory's hopes and fears, what music do you listen to when you work out to take your mind off things?
Well, I know I've got a bit of a reputation for being an old fuddy-duddy, but I'd be lying if I didn't say there's something about Little C that just demands one's attention.
Well, let's hope
Is it the screeching? It might be the screeching.
and performing live after the break.
Oh, I'll be watching. After all, as my old man used to say, everything's a treat on a boring Friday with nothing but the window you shun.
It's Wednesday, Prime Minister.
I think the expression still stands.
Peter Clement, thank you for joining me. Peter Clement, I don't know about you.
Wait, wind up your shunt. Why do we have to censor that? Anyone?
I know I feel safer. When we come back, Lil C is going to be giving us the debut performance of her new single, and I'll be getting to meet her. As her biggest fan, I don't mind telling you, I'm pretty excited. Don't go away. We'll be back after these messages. We'll be back.
1 minute back. Ripping stuff.
Was that even news?
I think you forgot to ask him what his favourite number is.
Oh, I must have forgotten that in all the excitement.
So assuming it's not vodka, what do you think's actually in that milk? I reckon it's the tears of his enemies.
You are one to stir.
Who would put vodka in milk? I know that. Is that a White Russian? I don't think so, but I think that sounds absolutely disgusting. I says I'm drinking a glass of milk right now, but that's beside the point. Did I get a low score on that one because I was showing the propaganda, the resist propaganda?
You'll no doubt have spotted the updated mixing disc. You'll need the new buttons during the next sections. First, we'll need applause when the guest enters and before her song. Don't worry, I'll walk you through it when we get there.
As a team, we have...
Can I get her to be booed? Because I have a feeling we're gonna need to boo.
As a team, we have kept our people well fed.
I mean, what I'm assuming. So that's applause. That's laughter.
Because
That's when the crowd goes, "Oh!" and that's a boo. I'm assuming.
in this most challenging of times, and one day, soon now, when this turbulent time
I've
is
never heard of her
behind us,
before.
we will glide into a new future
Is she any good?
as a team.
Now, of course, she's dog shit.
5 and 10 seconds.
Hang on, Colin, you've got kids.
Yeah, I've got about
Because
6 or 7, I think.
we are you.
What?
5, 4, 3.
Thanks for coming back. Later, we have an exciting new feature that we just know you're going to love, so stay tuned for that. But first, I'm really excited for our next guest. She rose to prominence as the delightful Susie May in All My Daughter's Children's Movie. Before taking the music industry by storm this year, her debut album smashing the chart records at the age of just 20. Let's give it up and welcome Lil C!
That's the stuff. Excellent work.
Okay, so it's like the headline to like preload it.
So you look incredible.
Oh, thanks, Dave. I'm doing this new regime and it really does work.
What's the regime?
And my manager suggested it to me. It basically involves bathing in like cabbage water, then having the leaves sucked out of you while you sleep.
Wow, is that healthy?
Well, look at me, Meg. The leaves are my only nourishment.
Yep, they certainly are. Now, you'll have to forgive me, but I'm somewhat of a super fan, so I'm sorry if I get a bit starstruck.
Oh, bless you. I've never actually heard of you before, so if you do get a little tongue-tied...
Oh, that bitch.
Oh, that's good to know. So your first album, F My Face Together. And it just exploded. I mean, what's that like for you?
Bonkers, just...
Idol.
From that, like, annoying...
Holy shit.
Sexy little girl from that show.
Wow. That must have been bizarre.
Wow. Not really, it was just like any other morning. You know, get up at 5, go on a 4-mile run, have 3 meetings on my cabbage bath, but then only then was my dad actually talking to me.
Oh, of course, and the famed country singer, Billy Bob Jean Short. I didn't know you'd been a stranger.
Oh, is this a Hannah Montana reference?
Think about it, Megan. Okay, yes, he may believe that aliens told him to hate women, but there really isn't anything to prove that he's wrong.
I mean,
So,
okay.
this newfound explosion into your popularity. I mean, did that change your life?
Well, I had to start wearing like nice underwear, you know, for the paparazzi. But as the manager says, best to make the most of it before I'm 30.
Is that right? So what's the album about?
So I thought it was about like how pretty and great I am, but actually it's about monetizing youth, I think, or about like promoting an unrealistic.
Oh my god, I gotta turn this off because hearing her in,
Yeah.
hearing her in, it's awful.
I'd be happy with you telling us all this.
Telling you all what? It really doesn't matter what I say here. I'll do my dancing and then this part will all be forgotten about.
Oh, well, yeah. I mean, we're going to see some of those famous dance moves very shortly.
Oh my god, is it gonna be pole dancing?
Yeah, it's from my album Put It In My A Together and it's out.
So soon, after the last one.
13-year-old son joined the Go-Getters.
Just because I want to stop hearing that lady.
His room
Say put it in my A together.
But he keeps notebooks he won't let her read. And sometimes she catches him staring at her. And last week, she found him searching through her papers. When confronted, he always had a plausible answer, a good answer. But somehow it's too good. Like it's been prepared in advance. Or possibly by them. We want to know what the news will no longer tell us. And when we find out, we will tell you. We will hack into your news broadcasts. We will defend your right to information. We will resist, and we will disrupt.
Around the arse. I think things could have been different, like better. But I don't know. I love doing autographs and having somebody dress me and tell me what to wear.
Did you always want to do music?
Well, ever since I was a little girl, I'd sit in front of the radio, and as soon as my favourite girl group would come on, I'd press record on my cassette, but then my dad would come in and tell me to turn it off and to go back upstairs and start practising again.
Sorry, is your dad your manager?
Yeah, which can be tough, and sometimes when it gets really hard, he'll say, make Quagler proud and you might just survive childbirth.
Well, you know what, despite
What?
anything, you'll make me proud.
Oh, if only your opinion was as valuable as his.
And on that problematic note, you're going to be singing a song for us soon, aren't you? Tell me about
On that problematic note.
It's called These Babies Gonna Bring You Home, and I actually got sent the lyrics in the car on the way up here. You know what, it's actually alright. And don't worry, all my work is team approved.
All right then, well, you can go and get ready for that. We'll see you in a little bit. It was a very specific type of pleasure to chat to her, and I just can't wait to hear this. Whoa,
Just like before,
here's Lil C with an exclusive first performance of her new track, These Babies Gonna Bring You Home. Take it away.
It's the Force's favorite, the queen of teams, here to break in your blockades. Lil C.
Anyone else really uncomfortable?
Oh baby, can't you see I'm hungry? There's a place in me that's empty. I want that meat. I'm on the sea, so come and free me. Ain't no disruption here, boy.
Oh my god.
Just want the team and me. No dirty foreign member. Don't stop no morning drill. There's holes in me that ain't been filled yet. I only scream this loud when you do your country proud. I ain't no Vickers, but a common skirmish.
Oh my god.
Before I get much older, tie me down and pour me like an enemy soldier. An enemy soldier. So let them
Oh my fucking lord.
love and diet. So what a Peter Clemens boys can come and use me as a toy. I wanna see some action. So come and break my sanctions.
Oh my god, this is even better than I thought it would be.
I've been this wild and free since my mom burdened me. She was only 53, but gave to save her family. But there's no one judging me if I'm the one that's in your fantasy. Don't die alone, these babies gonna bring you home. I ain't no Vickers, but a common
I don't know what I'm supposed to be focusing on. I don't know how to do a music video like this.
time
Well, because most of the music videos I watch, it's basically just the band.
An enemy soldier. So what if Peter Clemens boys can come and use me as a toy and flip me over, grab my hair, rip off my clothes and down from there? I wanna see some action, so come and break my sanctions.
Is anyone else uncomfortable? There are children watching. Remember, this is not a children's stream or video, whatever.
Well, if that doesn't distract you from the world outside, I don't know what will. I'd like to thank Phil C for doing that. Don't go anywhere. After the break, we'll finally be revealing the new segment of our show that we just know you're going to love. We'll be back right after this. And we're out.
It better be something about cat football. I'm a little pissed off. I missed that in the last broadcast. I'm gonna spit my milk up.
Can I just say,
Oh,
thank
man.
you so much for letting me do this. It really means a lot to me, you know.
Yeah.
To be able to promote myself on such a mainstream platform like the news.
Well, don't worry about it. And you know what? Good luck for the future. Take care of yourself. This industry can be crazy sometimes. Watch out for that father of yours.
Oh, no. I manage myself. It's just, you know, for the public to have that certain perspective. You know what it's like.
Oh, right.
And Michael? Michael?
What about Billy Bob Jean Short? Is he?
Oh, my dad. He's such a sweetheart. We both had the same agents, you know, like it just made sense. Both of us for our image together.
Wow.
And Michael, I want to see the revenue share for the clothing line and get me a G&T before my meeting with the lube guys. If they say for your pleasure, I'm going to start eating it.
Gross. Hey, that was a better segment grade.
The sound effects to help things along. Try and pick the most appropriate one at each given moment. The actors can't hear what you're doing, so they'll be trusting you to make the right choices.
Oh, that's not a good plan, dude.
Well, the fact is, Jen, there weren't hours in my dressing room.
There were exactly 12, as it said in your rider.
Do I look like the sort of person who counts things? No, no, not anymore.
It's the math teacher.
I'll tell you what, just keep adding flowers until it feels like 12. Got it?
Absolutely, right away. 10 seconds.
So good, you'll believe they were made somewhere else.
5, 4, 3.
Thanks for joining us for part 3. We've been teasing you about our new feature all night, and now the wait is finally over. I can reveal that every night on the show, we'll be treated to an episode of an informative and hilarious new segment called The Notice Board. It stars some top talent, and we're very excited about it. But before we see it, let's have a quick chat with the writer, director, and phenomenon, may I say, Jeff Algebra, guys.
Actually, I've dropped the algebra. I go by Jeff DePlume now. How'd you like that?
Well, yeah, very fancy. I suppose you need a new name now that you're a
I hate this guy. I'm not cheering him.
I'm earning enough to pay taxes now.
Oh my god.
And how does Angela feel about all this? Your wife?
Ah! Oh, God, no. No, she's long gone. No, she was holding me back. I'm with Norm now. We were married last month.
Norm de Plume.
Yeah.
Oh, I get it.
And why did you write this? What was your inspiration?
Oh, well, I received a telephone call offering me 25 grand to write a pro-team sitcom. And I heard my father's voice. It said, Jeff, you listen here, boy.
I hate that spelling of Jeff.
You wring every penny you can get out of this. So I wheeled him down to the transition centre, got out my typewriter and started clacking. Utter shite.
And without further ado, let's give it up for the notice board.
Why would they be laughing here? It hasn't started yet. I know you were wrong before, but that doesn't mean stop altogether.
Good morning, Miss Craven.
Oh, morning, Ray.
Everything all right, Mrs. Craven? You look as worried as the vicar in closing time.
Oh, Ray, it's those young louts. They've vandalised my shop again.
No!
Yes! They've written all sorts of obscene language and crude pictures, and I know it's those damn youths.
I don't know. It could be the vicar at closing time.
I don't get that. What the hell's a vicar, anyways?
Members of the community. What if they never see the error of their ways and end up as social outcasts, such as shoplifters or bong rats?
Don't worry, Mrs. Craven.
The hell's a bong rat?
Very supportive community, and I'm sure that in time they will fit into this society like this key into this lock. See? Works like a charm.
What a lovely way to put it, Ray. And just like that, we can unlock their future.
Yes. Wow! Look at all the letters in my collection today.
Oh! I think that one's addressed to me.
What? This one? Oh, so you're right. Here it is.
It's a letter from my granddaughter, Brenda. She says she got an A on her maths exam because one of her friends has been helping her. She was always a team player, was our Brenda.
What's up, losers?
I like this guy.
Oh, no. It's Brad. He's the coolest guy in the village.
That's right. I just got here on my motorbike.
Oh, clear off, Brad. We don't want any of your ilk.
Is this a famous British humor that people keep trying to tell me is funny, but I don't find funny?
No. Ruffians, have you come to tag the notice board with your gang signs?
No way. I've actually come to pin my resume on that notice board. I'm looking to do some tutoring after school.
What did you say? Tutoring?
That's right.
Watch him try to get his hand out of that.
Would you mind, Ray?
Not at all.
So you, a young person, have been spending your time helping others and not just urinating on churches or huffing glue?
Well, I mean, both of those are fun, but...
Well, blow me down!
You know what? We misjudged you based on how young and cool you are and not on your actions.
No joy.
So it wasn't you who vandalised my shop last night or called me a rancid old crone from the back of a chopper?
No way. It can't have been me. I was too busy helping my friend Brenda with her maths homework.
Could you speak up there? I thought for a minute there that you said Brenda.
I did, you daft old sow.
Did you hear that, Ray?
Oh, yes, what a wonderful surprise. I now respect you as a man.
Put her there, Ray. Oh, what the heck? Give us a hug.
The hell is happening? I was about to say, if I look out the side, are we getting nuked?
Sorry to interrupt the first groundbreaking episode.
About to say, are we time to get looting?
Breaking news. I'm being told we are picking up reports from across the continent of what appear to be nuclear explosions in 4 major foreign cities. Initial estimates put the death toll into. They put them into millions. I'm being told we're experiencing some power shortages as a result, so apologies for the interruption. And apparently we can go live now to team headquarters for an emergency broadcast from Prime Minister Julia Salisbury any moment. Yes, let's go to that now.
Good evening, citizens and leaders of the world. Minutes ago, operatives working for Advance detonated nuclear explosives simultaneously in 4 major cities across the continent.
Oh yeah, that doesn't make you look crazy.
We have similar devices in 58 other urban centres and will not hesitate to detonate them.
We are hearing stories of power fluctuations and what could be minor earthquakes throughout the continent. Stand by. We've lost contact with our benefactors in Urkistan and Konoslava. While our equipment seems to be resetting, can we get this confirmed? Can we get this verified? I need this verified. I don't know if you can hear me. I don't know if you are receiving this, but if you are, then you have to know. You have to know what's being done right now to our neighbours. This is unprecedented. Our government has committed multiple acts of mass destruction in our name. Nor do I care how you voted. You didn't vote for this. None of us did. This can't be. We are waiting further news and, oh. What if they respond?
We will expect your complete acceptance of our terms by midnight tonight. Thank you.
I don't really talk about my personal life in my job. It's not relevant or important. So many of you may be surprised to learn that I have a brother. His name is David. And right now I can't get his stupid face out of my head. He's a researcher and he's currently travelling the continent for work. And I don't know where he is right now. And I should imagine that there are many of you sitting at home tonight digesting this news, and you also have loved ones on the continent. In Urkistan, or Havia, or San Palmerino, or
Both those were locations that our fictional, like, in-game daughter was supposed to be going to. Urkistan and the San Palomino.
So when I tell you, I know how you are.
If I'm remembering correctly.
Believe me, I do. But I also know that there's a flow to events. I see it every day here. I know that although tonight it feels like we may be in a time of fear and darkness, we may actually be at the break of a new dawn. We don't know that yet. We can't know that yet. But together we will find out. And I will be here every night, feeling what you are feeling. And with your help, maybe we can all get to that brave new world.
Well, yeah, I mean, right now, basically what we're seeing is the extreme result of a communist or a socialist
And we're out.
world or government, or hell, even an extremely nationalist government as well. Again, you know, kind of flipping the coin and going into what the Nazis were. That was an A+, really? You know, because I mean, I'd argue that, you know, the communists and the Nazis were basically two sides of the same freaking coin. And I get my full wages for that. Really?